Concessions.
The Dead Don't Die is a horror comedy directed by Jim Jarmusch, and it is starring Adam Driver and Bill Murray throughout most of the movie, but there is a pretty large cast in this movie. You have Danny Glover, you got Steve Buscemi, you have Tilda Swinton, the RZA, Austin Butler, Rosie Perez, Selena Gomez. It's just, and there's more. It's just the most random cast you could possibly think of. This movie is about zombies rising from the dead in this small town, Centerville, due to polar fracking and weird lunar activity. Yeah, like I said, this is a horror comedy, and the comedy parts in this movie is dry comedy. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I love Bill Murray because of his dry humor, because of the dry comedy. I will say that him and Adam Driver in this movie, they work pretty well together. I think they've done other movies together too, but it's not like that funny. You know, I think I'm always gonna laugh at Bill Murray because he just makes me laugh.
I'm sorry, it just gets me.
It's just like I really feel like this whole movie was like a joke that I just wasn't in on. You know, there's a lot of jokes that didn't hit. There's a lot of like moments where it's just like I chuckle here and there, but not as funny as I thought this was going to be. Jim Jarmusch is a great director, and a lot of his movies he has a lot of dialogue, but I feel like this wasn't meant for this movie. You know, a lot of some of his movies, it makes you feel like you're part of the conversation, but then I'm asking myself in this movie, like, why am I part of this conversation? And why aren't the zombies hitting the way it needs to hit? You know, it's just like this movie's like one big joke, but it's not funny. I'm laughing because of how unfunny this movie actually is. And it's so random. There's so many random things going on in this movie. There's so many, like I said before, those GTA side missions, that's what this feels like. There's a lot of side stories, a lot of side missions in this movie that lead to absolutely nothing at the end of the day. They do push pretty hard on the polar fracking and how the environment is killing the world and making these zombies come to life, but like at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, it's like, what was the payoff? You know, I am I'm really disappointed in this movie. And this movie was a review pick from my friend Z, aka Queen. Um, I don't I don't know if you recommended this movie like seriously or as a joke because I'm watching this like, what the fuck am I watching? Like seriously, this is probably the worst zombie movie I have ever seen in my entire life. I'm being honest because it's like it led nowhere. It's funny here and there, but there's not a lot happening, you know. So I really didn't see the purpose. I'm gonna tell you what one part that I really liked and one part that I really hated. Right. So the RZA's in this movie. Shout out Wu Tang. When he pulls up, it's Wu PS. Hilarious, right? It's on his costume. It's on a car. Hilarious. Wu PS. The dumbest thing in this movie is like Selena Gomez is like kind of flirting with the gas station, the guy that works at the gas station, and when she says her name in the movie, like little pixies and dust come up.
I'm Zoe. Thanks, Bobby.
It's just like, what was that? Um, this movie has a lot of moments where it's I wouldn't even call it breaking the fourth wall, but the movie is somewhat aware of itself. They tell you that, hey, maybe this isn't a real situation. Maybe we're a bunch of actors in this situation and we're trying to kill zombies and it's a movie or something. And I don't know. It goes on and it's just so random. There's so many random moments. There's so many dry humor moments, maybe a little too dry. And I did not like this movie one bit. Not at all. And I want to say that this movie is forgettable, but then like I feel like Queen, every time I see you now, I'm going to think of this movie, so it's not forgettable. But this movie is definitely trash.
Trash! If you really want to see something trashy, look at this.
Hot Thanksgiving trash, sitting on a curb. They missed it, so you gotta wait another 7 days. This movie was awful. Absolutely awful. The worst zombie movie I've ever seen. I think Zombieland came out the same year too. You could have recommended that. This is wow. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is not it. So, have you seen The Dead Don't Die? I'm sorry if you have, but have you seen it? How do you feel about it? Please let me know in the comments below. Like I said, this was a review request by my friend Queen. If you have any requests, please leave it in the comments below. Make sure you follow me at Coops Concessions. I'm Coop. I'm out. Peace. The fuck?
Coops Concessions.